I'm interested. It's not exactly apples to apples, Colt, but I am interested in what you think of a Honda versus a Kawi. The Kawi redesign a couple years ago, to me, the
Yep.
changes they made, they really wanted to make it look like a Honda and feel like a Honda with engine placement and chassis and everything else. They took their long, slow turning boat of a bike, made it more supercrossy, made it more Honda-ish. And again, I know it's not apples to apples because we're talking about a factory Honda that you rode versus this Don Maeda bike. But like, what do you think the difference is between the two bikes?
I mean, it's so hard to say just because, like, outdoors, I think the Honda is pretty incredible. Like, honestly, like, whenever I rode it in outdoors, I was like, dude, this thing is awesome. Like, it moves the way I want it to move, like that I always wanted, my Star bikes to move, but we were air fork, and it just wasn't going to work that way. So the Honda outdoors, dude, I had so much fun riding the thing. Like, it was incredible. And then, I mean, even Supercross, too, there at the end, we finally got it sorted. So whenever we had the bike at, like, say, at a Nashville, like, that version of my factory Honda compared to what I raced at the first round in the UK, it was dramatically different.
Okay.
But I finally got it to work the way that I wanted it to work, and I liked it. And it was honestly pretty similar to the Kawi. Like, there were some things that I think the Honda still did a little bit better for sure, but there's also stuff that the Kawi naturally, like the way it sits, it was just better in some areas of the track. And it was really cool because I got to take the Honda, I rode at Elsinore quite a few times preseason, during the season, and then we got to ride there before going to the UK. So I got to ride the exact same track on both of the bikes, so I could really see, like, what I'm working with here. And that was a pretty cool test, so I can really see, like, back-to-back.
Yeah, yeah.
I think it is definitely more stable the way it comes, but also, too, we had such a good package to start from that it, who knows, like, if I would have started at ground zero, like, where we could have ended up at and how long it would have taken to get there, which is what we did with the Honda. So, so I don't know. It's just really hard to say, but, I do miss having the ability to try some stuff. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, really.
With the Kawi, it was more like, hey, this is what we got, buddy. Like, we can't really change anything.
Good luck. Right.
Yeah, like, pretty much get used to it, or that's it. So, but no, I mean, it is just a completely different bike. And engine-wise, like, dude, the Honda is so fast. Like, the thing is so fast. Where you have to ride it at, I think, is a different zone than the Kawi. It likes to be a little more low power, like that lower 25% throttle opening kind of area. Where the Kawi, I think you can get away with riding it a little higher in the revs, and it's still getting the traction you want. But I think it's definitely a little bit more of a stable bike from the get-go. Like, front to back, it's more stable. The Honda, like I said, kind of falls on the front sometimes, a little high in the rear, and the Kawi is definitely stable for sure.
Michael, I like Nick Way did this a lot. When Nick Way didn't have a bike or a team or whatever, he went and bought a motorcycle. Nick probably has 16 KX450s right now in his garage.
In parts somewhere.
Guaranteed.
He made things happen. Some riders sit back and go, "Woe is me! I have no bike. I can't ride." And it's like, dude, you have money. Go buy a bike. I love what Colt did. Getting a van, getting a bike, getting a program, top 10ing. As a factory rider for a long time, who doesn't had everything given to you because of your skill, not because anything else. And then now to do this, I like that kind of stuff, man. I like to see that. I don't like riders just sitting on the couch saying, this series sucks or my life sucks. I can't.
Yeah, I've never really understood that either, just because of the fact that I'm like, dude, like, you're never going to get, I mean, people in this world, I mean, it's not just our industry, it's just the world. I mean, like, you always expect stuff. Like, no one has to give you anything. Like, you shouldn't expect anything because nobody owes you anything. And, like, people say that all the time, like, dude, you deserve a factory ride, you deserve this. I'm like, dude, nobody deserves anything. You just get put in the situations and you get opportunities and you take advantage, and that's what you do.
Yeah.
And for me, I'm like, dude, I literally raced for $500 the first time I went to Costa Rica. Like, dude, like, no, I had nothing. Like, I had made a little bit of money in Arena Cross that year, and I didn't have a bike here to ride either. So I'm like, well, I'm going to use this money that I just made in Costa Rica, go buy a bike, and some of the Arena Cross money that I had, because otherwise, what am I going to do? Like, I can't ride unless I go buy a bike. So I'm like, dude, like, I'm investing in myself. It'd be different if I was buying a bike for somebody else to go ride and just hammer the shit out of it. But I'm like, dude, this is for me. Like, if I am a professional dirt bike rider, like, I need a bike to ride. So, like, you got to do what you got to do. I never understood that mentality. And even younger kids, they're like, dude, I don't have a ride, and it's not worth it, and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, dude, go figure it out. Like, make the shit happen. Like, that just bothers me so bad. I'm like, dude, nobody owes you shit. Like, go get a bike, go train, go bust your ass, and then the opportunity will come. But it's not going to come just sitting on the couch.
And you know, these people I'm talking about, I mean, some of these are our friends, like, you know, but they're like, I don't have a bike. I got nothing. It's like, dude, you got money, go buy a bike, and then get a bunch of parts from your friends in the industry, and then slap it on the bike, and then sell it for $1,000 less, and now you've lost $1,000, but you've ridden it for 6 months or whatever. Like,
yeah, you got to do what you love. You got to race. I mean, like even this weekend, I'm like, dude, I went in the hole pretty dramatically, but I'm like, dude, I had so much fun. Just racing again. You know, like it was just awesome to be behind the gate. Be around all your peers, and it's fun.
You're also gonna, if you get this SMX thing, you know, which looks good, you're gonna make a lot of money in that. You know what I mean? So you're investing in it. I mean,
we're investing in ourselves. Hopefully, get the money back, and then some. And then I'm be like, you know what? That was all that stress and all that BS was worth it. And you know, luckily I just had people like Don that stepped up. I mean, dude, he literally just was like, yeah, ride my bike. And then, you know, Mitch and a few guys were giving us parts, and you know, just able to make it happen. I've been in this industry a long time. I know a lot of people, and you know, it was just cool that I got such good feedback. Everybody I called was like, man, we'd love to help you. Like, how can we help? And I'm like, that's pretty damn cool, you know. So. That was cool. You got to do that sometimes, man, and it makes it really fun. Yeah, it's stressful, but like I said, that was the most fun I've had at an outdoor in a damn long time. So it was definitely worth it.
We should have called Phil tonight to see his feelings on getting caught and passed by you, but we didn't. But that would have been great.
Yeah, we needed that. We'll get that next time.
I still love not this round, but the round before. His opening quote in one of our interviews was, "I suck. I lost my fitness." So else I go up to him at Washougal and I'm like, "Hey, somebody DM'd us on the Vile thing this week. They screenshotted that interview. I said it was a Brazilian person. They were like, why Phil have no fitness? Why Phil can't find?" And he just got mad. He's like, probably somebody's friends with Enzo or something.
You should have seen him after Millville, Colt. Absolute rock bottom for him. We loved it because he was so depressed, and he said he's got no fucking base, and I can't fucking train because I got no fucking base, because then I need rest, and then I got to race, and I'm in this circle. I'm in this circle of fuckery, and he's just going on and on. It's just great. It's fantastic.
You honestly can't. You can't not love Phil, right?
No,
I mean, like the dude is just awesome. Like there's just no way around it. And even racing this weekend, I'm like, dude, Phil is, I mean, a decent amount older than me. I don't think I've ever raced Phil. So it was just kind of cool. Like I'm on the gate and I'm like, well, I've never raced this guy before. And we were battling in the first moto. I'm like, this is just so random to me, but this is awesome. Like it was just great. I loved it.
Of all the riders out there right now, like regardless of results, everything, like when they retire, Phil's is going to be one of the ones I'm the most bummed about. Like, regardless of what he's done his career results, just not having him around.
Yeah. So
it's going to hit different.
Now he's mad at Masterpool. He's going to have a chat with Masterpool next race, because Masterpool was behind him and revving him a lot. He did not like that. He was like, I'm fucking racing too, kid. Get around me, if you know what I mean. Like, so he's
just so angry.
I know. He said
he's so angry.
He said he's gonna find Masterpool and tell him, if you ever do that fucking shit again. It's great.
You gotta love that, right?
I do. Yeah, you do. Well, hey man, thanks for the time tonight. Really appreciate it. Like I said, a really good job this weekend. Very impressive. I love everything about the story. It's great. I hope you make it out to the last two. I'll call Jericho. We'll get something worked out here.
Yeah, well, we'll get it moving. I got faith in it. I think I know enough people, and you know, like I said, I'll buy whatever bikes I got to do, and we'll get there somehow. We'll make it happen.
Awesome, man. Thanks for the time, Colt.
All right, thanks, guys. Yeah, I appreciate it.
All right, see ya. Thank you to the folks at Cherbys USA for bringing Colt Nichols on the show. Always a good interview. Colt Nichols is.